Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another vlog. This is gonna be a little bit of days in the life because I'm gonna film a little bit today and then I'm gonna film on Saturday, which is really what I wanna film. It is my mama's birthday. And you guys know, I love celebrating my loved ones. I just put out a celebrating my, I think it's celebrating my loved ones video. I will link it down below if you haven't seen it, where I was celebrating my son's first tooth party. You heard that one right. Check out that video if you have not. And I also celebrated two of my really good friends' birthdays, and I made like a birthday box for my friend that's in Jersey. I just love celebrating people, and I love celebrating my mom because she's one of the most important people in my life, which is crazy because now that I'm like in my late 30s. Oh, Jesus. Now that I am in my late 30s, I really do understand when people would say like, oh, like my mom is like my best friend. And I've always had a good relationship with my mom, but when I was younger, I was just like, what do you mean your mother's your best friend? But now that I'm older, I have kids of my own, I'm running my own household, I'm a grown woman, I can relate to so much. And who's knocking? Who is at my door? Who are you, sir? Are you selling something? I have a no soliciting sign on my door. Do people pay attention to that? No. Okay, the guy left. I don't know who that was or what he was trying to sell. Anyway, I love celebrating my mom is what I'm trying to say. She is definitely like my best friend. I tell her absolutely everything. I heavily rely on her for advice, and she is such a good grandma. She takes such good care of my baby. She gives me a break when I need a break, and I don't think she understands how much I appreciate that because I have, if you guys are new here, I have a almost 10-month-old now, but I'm also 37, so I'm tired and it just takes a lot of energy, and I appreciate her helping out with my baby so much. She loves watching him. He loves his grandmother so much. Anyway, point is, I'm rambling. I just want to celebrate my mom. Now, my mom is the kind of person that she's like, no, don't get me anything. I have everything I need. But she's a crafter. And if you know a crafter, you know that there is never enough. They can always have more crafting supplies and beads, and that's what she likes. So that's what I got her. I got her a few other things. I'm gonna show you everything that I got her in a second. But yeah, this vlog is pretty much just celebrating my mom. Right now, I just finished filming a strawberry freezer jam. This is actually the first part of the freezer jam. I have to go back tomorrow and see if it actually set and then taste it. So fingers crossed that actually works out. And I'm getting dinner started. So I believe my freezer dinner prep video will be out way before this video. So if you guys haven't seen that one, I'll link it down below. But in that video, I made meatloaf, and it's not cooked, but I have it in the freezer and I shaped it up and everything. So I'm gonna pull out that meatloaf. I have the sauce and everything already in the jar right here. So all I have to do, and this is the meatloaf. I took it out early this morning and had it on the counter, and then I put it in the fridge for a little bit. But it is literally, it's shaped like a meatloaf. And I'm gonna make it with some frozen broccoli. I'm gonna pop that in the oven because I feel like frozen broccoli turns out to be a little bit too watery. So I like to try to cook as much of that water out. If you hear that noise, it's my ice machine. If you guys are not new here, then you know I hate that ice machine. I mean, I'm appreciative. I need the ice machine, but I hate that it makes noise all day, every day. Anyway, enough rambling. Let me get dinner started. This is the Garten? I have such a hard time saying her last name. Garten? Because if I say it fast, I say Garten, it sounds like garden. You know who I'm talking about. She's famous. She makes a lot of good recipes. I've tried a bunch of her recipes and I love them. And I just tried her meatloaf recipe, but I added my little twist on it. It is so good. It is in that dinner freezer prep day. So let me get dinner started really quick. Is it raining outside? There's thunder. Hold on, guys. Guys, I love a good rainy day. I love thunder. It is just, oh, it's raining. It's cozy and nostalgic. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite. And I can already see that I have a few tomatoes that are starting, where is it? Right here. That are starting to blush. My cherry tomatoes. This is my little container garden for the year. And I have a few more things on that side over there. Excuse my dirty window. I need to clean this. Anyway, it's raining, Talia. You can't go outside. My dogs are bougie. They don't like getting wet. Anyway, let me get started on dinner. And I don't think I mentioned, I'm also gonna make kind of like a mac and cheese. I got a 5-pound block of mild cheddar cheese from Azure Standard. It was my first order. I will be placing another order, but anyway, besides the point, I'm gonna make a mac and cheese. I have some cavatappi pasta, so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of mac and cheese. That's more for my kids than anything else. Let me show you guys how I get it done. The good thing too is that I already have parchment paper, so I don't have to rip out any more parchment paper. And I will save this freezer bag. I try to reuse my freezer bags as much as possible. So. Voila, and this is why I love freezer prep days, because look how easy it is. I thawed it in the morning. I'm adding the sauce on top, which I also prepped, and I had it in my fridge. We're gonna pop it in the oven and call it good. And how easy is this, guys? Honestly, this is such a good recipe. It is one of my favorite meatloaf recipes I've ever tried. And my kids, well, my one daughter, my other daughter, you guys know, she's a little picky girl, but my youngest daughter, she loves it. My husband loves it. Here you go. Dinner is 1/3 of the way done. And it took me no more than 2 minutes, 1 minute to put this together. So in the oven at 375 for about an hour and 10 minutes. Oh my God, that thunder. Oh, I don't know what it is about that kind of gloomy, rainy weather. I love it. You know how some people have like winter depression? I feel like I have more like summer depression. I can't stand the heat. I love the fall. I love the rainy and the gloomy. Unfortunately, I live in Florida, so it's really not very picturesque over here. You don't see leaves changing or anything like that. But in my house, I make it very fall themed. So I live in my little land of Delulu in my house, and I enjoy fall as much as I can. I'm gonna get the broccoli on here. I'm not gonna pop it in the oven just yet, but I wanna get it out here to start thawing out a little bit. Since this is for me and my girls, and I try to get my oldest daughter to eat as much home cooked things as possible, and she does like veggies, I'm gonna cook 2 bags up, because if we have any extra, then we'll just use it for, I'll use it for lunch tomorrow. I'll pop this into the oven when we have about, I'm gonna say 30-35 minutes left, because like I said, I'm gonna try to draw out as much moisture. So I will cook it, rotate it, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna set this aside for now, and we're gonna get started on the mac and cheese. So I have some water boiling here. I'm gonna get started on the sauce. Now, when I say mac and cheese, I'm gonna say that in a very, very loose sense, because I'm pretty much just making a roux, throwing some milk in there, and whatever cheese I have on hand. I do have, like I said, some of that mild cheddar cheese. This is not gonna be enough, but I also found some American cheese. So you know what? We're gonna throw that in there too. I pretty much just see what I have on hand. I just kind of throw things together, and it usually turns out pretty good. So I'm gonna let the water come to a boil. I haven't salted it yet, so let me salt it. Also, guys, look at this. I got a salt mill, or not a salt mill, a salt and pepper cellar, because I was tired of using this one here that you crank. I absolutely love it. Super beautiful, aesthetic, all that good stuff. I like using this when I have to sprinkle salt over like my scrambled eggs or something like that. But when it comes to adding salt in something, especially pepper, I just feel like it takes too long, and this is easier to just kind of like, there you go, done. So I will link these down below. I got them off of Amazon. Okay, so now I'm gonna dry this pot. There's a little bit of water in there. So excited to show you guys what I got my mama for her birthday. Now I'm gonna turn this pot on. I want to start a roux, and a roux is just flour and butter. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, pretty good. So I'm gonna dump all of this in here, let that melt. It's 4 tablespoons of butter, so I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of flour. Okay, this is almost completely melted, so I'm gonna add in my butter in a second. I'm not sure if my oldest daughter is gonna have this. Now, she does love herself some pasta, but we went out to celebrate my youngest daughter's 15th birthday, and we went to a Puerto Rican restaurant, and she got herself a Cuban sandwich at a Puerto Rican restaurant. That girl kills me every time. I love me a good Cuban sandwich, so honestly, I can't blame her. But she does have half of it because the portion sizes were massive. So she might eat that, and if that's the case, then I will save a batch of this and I'll put it in the fridge so that she can have it when I make something else this week that she doesn't like, which is highly probable. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not making like a gumbo. I don't need to wait for this to get super brown. Like, I like this roux to get like chocolate brown, like milk chocolate brown when I'm making a gumbo. So I'm not making a gumbo. I'm gonna lower down the heat just a little bit. I'm just making a little bit of a roux for a, you know, mac and cheese. So I'm gonna let that cook for a second. Let me put this flour back, and let me grab some milk. I also have some Parmesan cheese that I could shred in here, so we'll see. We'll see what we come up with. Let me clean off some of this flour dust off of here. So I'm gonna cook this just until it gets just a little darker in color. I will come back and I will show you guys. Okay, so you see how it kind of changed into like this nice little, kind of like coffee-ish color? Like coffee with cream color. That's what I'm looking for. Now I'm gonna add in my milk. So normally when I make like a gravy, I will put in whatever stock I want. So if I want a chicken gravy, I'll add in chicken stock. If I want beef gravy, I'll add in beef stock. But since I kind of want this to be mac and cheese-ish, I'm gonna add in some milk. I have 3 cups, but I'm gonna do 2 for now. Get me making a mess. I'm gonna do 2 for now, let that thicken a bit, and then we're gonna start adding in our cheese. Our water is also starting to boil, so I'm gonna add in the cavatappi pasta. All right, I'm gonna add the rest of the cheese that I have in here a little at a time and kind of mix it in. I'm wondering if this is a little too liquidy. I haven't done this in a while. And guys, a lot of the time that I cook, I'm not cooking off of a recipe. I'm cooking off of, making a mess. I'm cooking off of just what I feel would be good. All right, now I'm gonna put the heat way, way down and keep adding in all this cheese, and then we'll see where we end up. So I'm still adding in some cheese, but I'm gonna go ahead and add in just a little bit of ground mustard to this, maybe like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. We're gonna add in a little salt and pepper. So I don't have any pepper ground up in that pepper cellar. I have to do that. So for now, I'm just gonna do this. I'm not sure, is this considered like a mac and cheese? Is this considered like a bechamel sauce? I don't know. All I know is that it's gonna taste good. Whoa, no! Ugh, I hate when this happens because then it gets all caked on there. It's a pain in the butt to clean off. One tip that I've learned from watching like cooking shows and things like that is having like my tasting spoon and then kind of like dumping it in there and tasting it, so that way I'm not having to use a new spoon every time I want to taste it. It's getting there. I'm gonna add in a few slices of this American cheese. I'm just gonna cut it up. Hopefully this turns out good because I really don't want to make another sauce. Another sauce. 4 slices in here. And this is like that Organic Valley brand. Has a little bit better ingredients than like your Kraft mac and cheese. I'm gonna let this cook down a bit, melt, and then we'll see where we're at. I feel like it was a little too watery, and I think what I did this time that I don't normally do, and I am in a rush, so maybe that's why I just wasn't thinking, is I normally add in just a little bit of the liquid and then I mix it in, wait for it to get kind of thick, add in a little bit more, and I kind of add it in a bunch at the same time, which normally you don't want to do. So if you're doing this, add in a little bit at a time. But either way, I will figure it out. I will salvage this because that is just what I have to do. All right, guys, so we're almost all melted up, and I tasted it again, and I don't think this is anything like a mac and cheese. I do make mac and cheese, guys. I'm thinking this is more just like a pasta with the white sauce, so I'm gonna just make it into like a real bechamel sauce, and I believe they use nutmeg if I'm not mistaken. I'm going off of memory here, so don't quote me. I have fresh nutmeg here. I'm gonna grate some in here, and we'll just taste as we go. We will taste as we go, and we'll make it good. My family knows like I am a planner. I have a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and I will just adjust and pivot every single time, and that also includes cooking. So if it doesn't turn out the way that I intended to at first, I just adjust and pivot. I think it needs a little bit more of that. It's pretty yummy. The pasta is done. I don't want it to be super soggy, so I shut it off. It's kind of al dente. I'm going to, okay, that is yummy. I think what I'm gonna do is once I mix everything together, I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and that should be good. Swap these out. Basically just gave myself like a steam facial. All right, I'm gonna add this sauce in. That American cheese, it's still melting, so I'm gonna give this a little bit of time to finish melting up. I'm gonna use this same one here. Whoa! Okay. All right, that's getting kind of close for comfort, so just gonna throw that little chunk in there. This is an arm workout, guys. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what you would call this, but it's gonna taste delicious. And you know, sometimes some of the things that have become a family favorite have been things that I've just made spur of the moment and just kind of threw things together. So I'm glad I'm recording this, because if it comes out good, then this is something that I can look back on, write the recipe down, add it to my recipe binder, and make it again for my kids. This is what she's looking like. All right, let's give it a little taste test and see if I need to adjust any seasonings. That's tasty. That's really tasty. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm gonna put the lid on it, put it on the back burner, and wait for everything else to come together. So I will show you my full plate in just a second. Let me switch gears and show you guys what I got my mom for her birthday. Okay guys, let me show you guys what I got my mom super quickly. Let me pull the camera up so that you guys can see. I have the happy birthday banner with the bow balloons for my daughter's 15th birthday, and I have a vlog coming out for that one, but I think that one's gonna come out a little bit later because I am taking her to a concert, and that's in July, and I wanna put it all together. So that'll be for later, but I'm gonna keep the happy birthday sign. I'm gonna take off the little bow that's in the middle, and I'm gonna remove the bows that are here, and I'm going to replace them with like butterflies. And then I also, let me see if I can grab it. I also have this that I got from Amazon. I will link it down below. This is awesome. And I made like a little, can you guys see? I made like, kind of like balloon centerpiece things, and one has a 1, one has a 5, so I said 15. My golden doodle, actually both of the dogs, they hate balloons, so she's eyeing it right now. So what I'm gonna do is remove those balloons, add in some balloons that kind of match the butterfly balloons that I got her, which I actually need to open to see what kind of colors are in there. And then I'm gonna do the butterfly on the top with the little balloonies and all that stuff. It's gonna be very cute. So first thing out of here is a pack of wrapping paper, and this is like fairy themed. Look how pretty this is. I love it. So I'm gonna wrap a few of her gifts because I have a bag for some of her gifts, but I like to make it a little bit difficult, and I like to wrap her gifts so like she has to open. I feel like it builds the anticipation, you know what I mean? So I got her that. I also got her, I'll put a picture of it up on the screen because it's kind of like vacuum sealed, but I got her a pack of these joggers. She was in the hospital for quite some time, back and forth until they figured out what it was. Very traumatic, did not like that at all, but she's much better now, thank God. But because of where her incisions are, some of her pants are a little bit uncomfortable. So I ended up gifting her a pair of my maternity like joggers, and because they're so stretchy and they come up all the way under, kind of like under the boobs, they're really, really comfortable for her. So I got her a 3-pack so that she can wear these and just be comfortable. So I got her that. So my mother's phone has been on its last leg for a very long time. Me and my mom, we're an Android family. My husband and the girls, their iPhone. I am not giving up my Android. I absolutely love it. I've never had issues with it. And my phone lasts me so incredibly long. And I replace my phone when it is on its last leg. I feel like things like phones and purses, like it's just not super important to me. Like I like it for the pictures, and as long as the pictures are good, there's really no reason for me to upgrade it all the time. My mom is the same way. So I ended up getting her a Galaxy A37 5G. This has a lot more memory than her current phone. It's a lot more updated than her current phone, but it didn't break the bank. I think I paid maybe like, what was it, $350, $400 for the phone? So I got her that. And for her phone, I ended up getting her a really pretty case in this like Tiffany blue kind of color. And the reason I picked that specific color was because I found this case, like a phone strap with that really pretty, let me see if I can show you, that really pretty flower. There you go. So that is like her bigger gift. One of the other gifts, I will put a picture of like the Etsy shop version of it, and I will link it down below. I will link down below as much of these things as I can, but I ended up getting her like a night dress, like a muumuu, and it says this abuelita belongs to, which abuelita is just grandmother. So pretty much this grandma belongs to, and it's a bunch of pictures of my son's little face on it, which I think that's gonna be her favorite gift. I know she's gonna love that. So I will post up like the product picture, you know what I mean, on, did I shut the stove off? 1 second. Come here, come up here. Guys, my golden doodle, she is something else. I'm gonna pause really quick and I'm gonna put in a little video that my oldest daughter took. I mentioned before that Talia is a counter surfer, and she got my son's little snacks, and anytime she does something she's not supposed to, she'll show all her teeth. When you tell her, we say it in a very specific way. We say, Talia, and then she'll show you all her teeth. It's very funny, but also not, because she keeps eating things she's not supposed to. I'll insert that. Talia. Talia. What did you do? What did you do? Talia. And now we're back. So let me finish showing you what I got my mama. So my mom, I think I've mentioned it before, she's really into crafts, and she does a lot of crocheting, baby blankets, baby dresses. I have shown that in a vlog before. And she does a lot of like bookmarks, and now she's really into making jewelry. So she kind of like flip-flops back and forth between all of her different, you know, crafts. So I gifted her a while back a few like bracelet boxes. So I just picked up a bunch more for her. I have 2 packs of these little bracelet boxes for her. And I got these smaller boxes for like necklaces and rings and stuff like that. I got her 3 packs of those. Guys, my digital pressure canner just came in. I cannot tell you how excited I am. The older I get, the more and more I appreciate kitchen gadgets and things for my house. I don't know if that's just like, that's what it's like to get older, but I'm happy that I'm here. I love my kitchen gadgets. And my husband is fantastic at getting me a bunch of kitchen gadgets that are always so useful. I feel like all of his gifts have been gifts that are extremely useful, or something that I treasure and I love it so much. But a lot of the gifts that he gets me are like kitchen gifts and kitchen gadgets and things like that. And they're the ones that I get the most use out of. Anyway, let me stop yapping. I mentioned it in a video before that I really wanted to open my mom a little Etsy shop so that she can sell her crocheted blankets and her jewelry and all of that stuff. And I would go and take pictures for her and make it really nice and aesthetic and upload her little shop, which I'm in the process of it. So once I have it open, I will let you guys know in another vlog, and then I'll link it down below. But I'm just gonna open one up. But I ended up designing these stickers for her, and it's called Rosie's Corner. And in the bottom, it just says crochet, jewelry, and bookmarks. And it looks like this. So I have rectangular ones for the bracelet boxes and circle ones for the other boxes. And I think she's gonna get a kick out of this. So have I mentioned that I love spoiling my mom? Because I do. All right, and then the last few things is a gift bag, and it comes with a card. So I'm gonna take my time and write something really nice. It also comes with tissue paper. This I actually need to open up because these are the balloons that I was talking about, and I need to get some other balloons from like the dollar store, and I want them to kind of match because the balloons that I got for my daughter's 15th birthday celebration are all pink and hot pink, and I don't think it goes with those. Other than that, I picked up, I'm not gonna open it, but I'll put a picture up on the screen. But going along with like the jewelry stuff, I got her a pack of different like sterling silver, gold plated like chains, necklaces and things like that that she can use for jewelry as well. She also does keychains with like charms and stuff. That woman is so creative. The other thing I got her, before I get into the last few things, which are craft related, but I got her a knee massager with heat. My mom does deal with a little bit of knee pain. The older she gets, you know, things start hurting a little bit. So I'm hoping that this will help her out, because normally she will put on like those knee ice patches when her knee is kind of giving her a little bit of trouble. I'm hoping that this like deep tissue massager with the heat, and then using that with the ice pack, I hope that helps her out. Now on to the very last thing. I got her a bunch of beads for the jewelry that she's making. Right now she's into making bracelets, rings, and necklaces with like these seed beads, and what are the other beads called? Rotel bead? I don't know. Gem jewel beads, I don't know. That's a whole world that I am not a part of. I appreciate it, but I'm not a part of it. But I got her this pack here. Let me take it out. And this has like, she's really been into like the jade greens and all that stuff. So I got her this pack here. I got her these here, and I got it in like a gunmetal color. Hopefully it's picking up on it well. And then I got it in like this really nice deep, it says peacock green. I'm pretty sure I got her like a red one, and it says it was delivered, but I'm not seeing it. So I'm gonna have to check on that. Then these are the gem jewel beads. There's one that I'm missing. So I got her this, hopefully you can see with the glare, but I got her this one here. I got her this one here that's really pretty, and it has gold little flecks in it. And the ones that are still on the way are kind of like an off-white milky color with gold flecks in it. And then I got her these little bronze ones. And then I also got her these that are more of like a round shape, if you guys can tell. That is everything that I got for her birthday. I'm gonna show you guys my dinner once I plate it up, and we will come back on her actual birthday, which is Saturday. I'm not sure exactly what I wanna do. All I know is that I wanna take her to Michael's and Hobby Lobby and get her whatever her heart desires. And then we're gonna have dinner at my house and cut her a cake with my family, my kids, and just kind of make a day out of it. So I keep it very simple for her. My mom is not one for extravagant things and parties and all that stuff. She's a very, very simple woman, and so am I. The older I get, the more and more I realize how similar to my mom I am, which is not a bad thing. So I'm gonna put all of this away. I'm gonna get dinner plated. I will show you guys, and we will come back on Saturday for her birthday. All right, guys, this is what she's looking like. We got some meatloaf, broccoli, a little mac and cheese. My oldest daughter actually liked it, so I consider that a win. There's a ton of mac and cheese, or whatever this is called, pasta, left over. So I'm gonna throw some in some containers and put them in the deep freezer so that when there is something else that I make that she doesn't like, she can have some of this. So I'm gonna serve her plate with some broccoli, and my little one's plate, I'm gonna add some broccoli and some meatloaf. Okay guys, so it's my mom's birthday. I'm gonna make it super quick because I just got in the car and it is hot in here, but I'm gonna pick her up. We're gonna go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby, I think, do a little bit of craft shopping, you know what I mean? And then I will show you the little setup that I did for her. It came out so cute and I know she's gonna love it. So I'll show you guys that later on, as well as what we're eating and all that good stuff. But it's time to go shopping with my mama. Hey guys, so I wanted to close out this video. I had such a good day with my mama. I took her to Michael's like you guys saw. I took her to Hobby Lobby. She had a ton of beads and she would pick them up and be like, oh, this one's kind of nice. I'm like, do you want it? And she would be like, yeah, but just one. And then I would go ahead and grab her like 4 or 5. So when we went to the checkout, she was so surprised to see how many beads there were. Then we came back home. She opened up her gifts. She absolutely loved them. We sang her happy birthday. It was just a really good day overall. And I am so happy that I get to celebrate my mom in this kind of way. And yeah, I just love celebrating people. So I'm gonna end it here. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It would help me out a lot, kind of gauge what you guys like to see. I try to do a little bit of a mix between vlogs because I like filming those, but also garden, kitchen, preserving. I'm very new to preserving, so I'm just a little sprinkle of everything on this channel. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would help me out a lot. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. And until the next video, bye friends.